I keep thinking about the Dave Chappelle meme where he's like itching his neck and he's got cocaine around his thing. Going, hey, you got any more of that?
Yeah.
You got any more of that glyphosate?
Yeah.
It's the only thing I keep thinking.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Deer Hunter Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Eric Long. The other guy, Mr. Cody Altizer.
I like this.
Brother.
Not much. I like this video we're doing.
Yeah, look at us.
We're coming into the new year, making
Yeah.
use of technology that everybody else has been using for years.
What am I going to do with all these VCR tapes?
Yeah. We're on a Zoom call. This is cool.
Oh my
It
gosh.
works.
People are going to be expecting way too much from us.
That's the thing. You
Yeah.
got to manage expectations by keeping them low.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Been doing that for over 20 years.
Cool.
Shoot. Anyway, so what's going on? Everything good?
All is good. Trying to stay warm down here. I think we're having a harder winter down here than you guys are having up there.
Yeah, it was cold today, and we are recording this on a Saturday, and tomorrow is supposed to get like, I don't know, 1 to 4 inches, they say.
Yeah.
And I got a consulting job down in Southern Ohio. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good driving. Yeah. So
Nice.
Good times. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cold here today. I think it was 1 when I woke up. Wind chill was below 0. I don't know what it was, but yeah, we got, I don't know, 6 or 7 inches of snow last weekend, and then some freezing rain on top of it. And then it melted a little bit, like a couple of days after, and then it got super cold. So we got like 5 inches of snow, and on top is just a solid sheet of ice. So
yeah,
that's good
good for wildlife.
Yeah, I was about to say good for the animals. My Australian Shepherd, she took a turn way too fast today and just feet went out from under her and just went sliding. A solid sheet of ice.
Oh, you can only imagine what Whalen looks like. Oh my gosh.
Not nearly as graceful.
Oh, it's terrible. But yeah, so this is our second for the year.
Yeah, 2 in 1 month.
Hey now, video 2 in 1 month. What is going on? Yeah. Well, normally we start these things off with a question, and this is kind of a cheesy question, the beginning of the year, but it was a tough decision, but like I said, it's going to be a cheesy question for the new year. With some upcoming changes in wildlife management that's going to be going on, and we'll talk a little bit about it, is the shortage of glyphosate. What's your plan of attack? Using other methods, or are you just going to go buy up Tractor Supply? What's the status?
I was about to say, my plan of attack is to hoard it all. Yeah, to be honest, I mean, that is what I am going to go do, is buy as much of it as I can afford now while I can, which is right now it's absurd. It's $127 for a 2.5 gallon jug.
What?
Glyphosate at Tractor Supply. Yep.
Wow.
So yeah, the plan is to stock up now while I can moving forward. I mean, we don't plant that much acreage in food plots. So, a jug will go a long ways. And then I'm going to get as many as we can afford.
People might actually measure.
Exactly.
Might actually measure how much it is. Yeah.
Yeah. But moving forward, I don't know, because we don't have a tiller to cultivate. Our disc isn't heavy enough to like really break stuff up enough to kill it. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like we have used glyphosate responsibly, but moving forward, I don't know. I mean, if and when we run out, I don't know what we'll do, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, to everybody that might not know, and this is the disclaimer, this is what I was told. So alert, alert. Don't say Eric Long said there, buying drums of it and everything like that. I was at the feed mill the other day, and I went to one of them, Merit Seed, It's a very popular seed company in Ohio, and said, "Hey, need some Roundup. What you got for me?" And it was like he just broke the bad news to me. Like, sorry about your luck, man.
Yeah.
And that's the short and dirty version of it. And went to another equity co-op, feed mill, whatever you want to call it, and they were echoing the same words, man. They're like, and like, again, I don't know if this is 100% correct, accurate, whatever, just regurgitating information. Okay, so don't,
Mhm.
like I said, take this to the bank whatsoever. But they're like, they're planning on depleting what's out there, the Lowe's, Tractor Supply, and those prices are going to go up, what you just seen.
Yeah.
And the goal is to get that all off the market and make it strictly an ag use. So where if you go to a feed mill or equity or co-op, you're going to have to buy a tote or drum. There's no more gallon, 2.5 gallons. And there was talk about needing a herbicide license to purchase and or apply
Yeah.
for it. I mean, it's a major game changer. So if you can go get it, and don't treat it like toilet paper and go out there and just,
Yeah.
ransack. It's gonna be like gold. I keep thinking about the Dave Chappelle meme where he's like itching his neck and he's got cocaine around his thing, going, "Hey,
No.
you got any more of that?
Yeah.
You got any more of that glyphosate?"
Yeah.
It's the only thing I keep thinking.
Yeah.
It's funny. I told one client down in South Carolina, gave him the heads up, hey, this could, air quote, could be coming.
Mhm.
Again, I don't want everyone to panic or anything like that, because I don't know if it's 100% true. But he sent me a picture. He went to Tractor Supply. His cart was full of glyphosate. So I
Yeah.
was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, but yeah, it's something to think about, something to start doing a little research for yourself, make
Yeah.
sure that I am correct. And I hopefully you can, DM Cody or I and say we're full of crap and you guys are wrong. I hope I am wrong,
Yeah.
but that seems to be the thing. And all this stuff is going to be coming to, I mean, it's all going to come to not an end. That's the wrong word, but like fertilizer application. I know in the
Yeah.
state of Ohio, there is like I have to get a herbicide license and renewal and got to go to these classes every 2-3 years to recertify, blah, blah, CE classes. But I have to go sit through a fertilizer thing. I have to have a fertilizer license. It's not mandatory yet, but I do have it.
Mhm.
And that's coming too. I mean, that's eventually going to be coming where, applying fertilizer is going to be a pain, where you're going to have a license for that.
Yeah.
I'm not, it could be next month. It could be 2-3 years from now. Who knows,
Yeah.
but stuff to think about, for all the guys and gals that concentrate on, food plots and all this stuff, like to put all their money on that instead of
Mhm.
native habitat, which is whatever. But yeah, start having a plan,
Yeah.
just in case this is true, so I mean,
Yeah.
it's like I said, it's a major game changer,
Oh
you
yeah.
know,
Jeez.
and there's so many pros and cons to it. The cons outweigh the positives of it. But like guys and gals, using other herbicides, not knowing that herbicide might have a residual, not
Mhm.
knowing the plant they're going to be using might affect it, in the soil, like 2,4-D, or something
Yeah.
like that. Um, yeah, just there's things to start paying attention to. The world is changing, and wildlife management is it's not going to be untouched.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So
We're not immune to the changes taking
mm,
place in the world. That's for sure.
mm, no, but other than that, good news.
Yeah. I was about to say, glad we started off on a
Real
positive
positive
note.
player.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else is going on? Baker Mayfield
Yeah.
surgery went good, so we got that going for us. Yeah. No, man, we got some cool things coming down the pike. This is see, I noticed I said pike.
I was wondering who was going to say that, me or
Yeah,
you. Who was
and
going
I
to say
didn't do
it?
it on purpose either. It's just a way of figure of speech. But yeah, we got some cool things coming. We've been working on, ready to release some stuff. I'll let Cody take over, and he's the brains of this operation. So
Yeah, no, we do have some cool things coming down the pipe for sure. Um, no, it's interesting because, it's 2022 and we started the Deer Hunter Project in fall of 2019,
Yeah.
which is absurd to think about.
Yeah.
This thing
Yep.
is almost, well, not almost, well, 2.5 years old. Um, and we've done the podcast for 2.5 years, and we've done some separate projects we did a project for Tennessee State Agency. We did the Bucks to Birds campaign for the Rough Grouse Society. We've done some, I guess, personal or passion projects, or just for fun, the content that you and I like to make, short films. In the middle of all this, we did a guide when COVID hit,
Oh, yeah.
a spring and summer guide to wildlife management, which was super cool. So ever since we've started the Deer Hunter Project, we've kind of meddled in like a lot of different things, but never really sunk our teeth into like a platform or a direction or whatever, and like really ran with it, which frustrated me candidly, because I don't like not having an identity or a focus or something to work towards. But even still, when you and I first started this thing, and you and I were talking about, making a brand or a podcast or whatever this is, it was like, worst case scenario, we fall flat on our face or we fail or whatever. Like, worst case, absolute worst case scenario is this becomes something that, I do for fun with one of my best friends. It's like, well, hell, if that's the worst case scenario, then we're going to
Yeah.
be in pretty good shape. But no, like I said, so it took us a while to kind of figure out what we wanted to do or what we were good at. And you and I living, as far away from each other as we do, and my schedule and your schedule, it's hard. It was hard for us to, to sit down it is hard for us to sit down and like really, um, sink our teeth into something and pick a direction and go with it. But I feel like now we've kind of found our way, and our new way, or what we're going to launch soon within the next couple of weeks. Well, we've actually already launched it, but we're going to start a new series of YouTube videos. On our YouTube channel. And, we're calling it like, our way of life series. And it's basically a series of videos about wildlife management. And, there'll be an educational component to it, obviously. So I guess you could say like they're kind of how-to videos, informationally, like we want you to learn something from them. When you and I were talking about this last summer or last fall, and we were talking about wanting to do a YouTube channel, and a lot of people do YouTube for sure. We're extremely late to that ball game as well. But there's a lot of good hunting content, a lot of good management content out there. It's like, so what if we're going to do this, how are we going to do it in a way that we provide value to the listeners or the audience or the viewers? And like, how can we be different than what everybody else has done? We don't just want to get lost in the middle and just be another run-of-the-mill YouTube channel. And so we kind of arrived at this idea of, if you think about it, guys like you and I, a lot of the people who listen to our podcasts and stuff, wildlife is our way of life, if you think about it. I mean, from hunting them, managing for them, their conservation, conserving them, wildlife, dictates a lot of the decisions we make throughout the calendar year. So this channel, what it will be, and what my goal is for it to be, is to get people to reconnect with wildlife. I think a lot of even your, hardcore hunters, hardcore wildlife managers, I think there is a disconnect between the person and the animal or the species and the wildlife. Gets you to reconnect that spiritual connection, that emotional connection with the wildlife that you're managing for, and basically show, what wildlife management is to me is an art form. And we want to kind of convey that in the videos that we're going to create, is how wildlife management is an art form and how beautiful it can be. I think, a lot of the content out there, a lot of the stuff that people make, they just stand in front of the camera and they may relay like some really cool information, and the information may be spot on and may be fantastic, but it's missing, like, again, that connection to whatever, whatever animal that video might be about from a wildlife perspective, or you're not watching that video and you're not leaving inspired. Like, yeah, you might watch it and you might learn something, but like, we want these videos to be, visually, um, impressive, to be honest, with good wildlife footage and just really showing, what wildlife management is and how beautiful of an art form it can be, in getting people to reconnect with wildlife and wild places.
Yeah. Well said. Yeah. Hey, other than that, as my grandpa used to say.
I feel like I just rambled. I don't know if that made
No,
any
man,
sense.
that's good stuff. Yeah, no, you put the hammer on the nail, man. What do I say to add to that? And that's one thing. It's funny. Um, it takes a lot out of you mentally, possibly physically, because it's mentally draining to be a friend of Eric, because I'm constantly going 100 miles an hour, would love to do a lot of stuff, got all these ideas and stuff. I'm always, sending Cody and what have you. And every time, there was, when I hear a pause before he talks, I know it's like, well, shoot, he's not really buying into this, and he's saying yeah just because he don't want to hurt my feelings. But no, you're right, because we were all over the board trying to find our
Yeah.
identity, and hopefully this can be our identity. And yeah, like, I know I told Cody that if we're going to do this, we can't just be like everybody else,
Yeah.
because there is enough of everybody else out there. Everybody's talking about management, how to cut a tree down,
Yeah.
but the information that we want to relay, and hopefully we do a good job at it, is given a different perspective of cutting a tree down,
Mhm.
or different perspective of burning, just different. And it's not about one species. We've always said that, and that's who we are, is more, deer are, our ticket, it's who we are. But
Mhm.
we have a great love for other wildlife species, and we want people to open up to those species. And so hopefully, we do this, and we can at least give you a different perspective again on
Yeah.
why we do this. And because I know I can't sit in front of a camera and talk about a food plot unless it's something cool,
Yeah.
because it's been done. It's been dead, revived a million times.
Mhm.
There's nothing about switchgrass that you probably already don't know,
Yeah.
but there is, but there
Yeah.
is, but there is,
Yeah.
we're just not talking about it because it's all about white-tailed deer.
Yeah.
The things that we're going to be talking about are going to benefit. The white-tailed deer is going to be the spillover, of
Mhm.
what we're talking about,
Yeah.
So I know I'm excited about it, and that takes a lot when it comes to these management videos and stuff. So I
Yeah.
know, yeah. So yeah, we got a
No.
trailer coming out, right?
Yeah. We do have a trailer coming out. It'll be this week. Today's Saturday.
Mm.
Tomorrow's Sunday. So yeah, if you're listening to this and it hasn't come out, then it'll come out like in the next day or two. And if you listen to this and it has come out, then yeah, go watch it. It's on our YouTube
Yeah.
channel. So go look up the
Yeah.
Deer Hunter Project on our YouTube channel, like it, subscribe to it,
Yeah.
and we'll get the ball rolling. But no, you said it pretty well. Um, just a different perspective on, yeah. I mean, a lot of the stuff, it's not like we're bringing like groundbreaking new research or this new
No.
technique, or, we're not going to promise you any of that because it's just not truthful. But, what we want to do is, and you said it really well, is, we're going to talk about food plots, and we're going to talk about a lot of the basic stuff, but like in the bigger picture, like we're going to use wildlife management as this vehicle to open your mind to maybe something you haven't thought about. Maybe you've been managing wildlife for 20, 25 years, but we want to visually get you to see something differently, or get you to reconnect with, a songbird, or, a non-game animal, or, an animal that you don't manage for specifically or hunt. Eric, and that's, again, this is one reason why I think we've really found our groove, or we'll hit a rhythm, is it takes advantage of both of our skill sets. The podcast that we've done, like, I think we do a good job, but I'm biased. So, and we don't do enough of those. And that's, I mean, we're not podcasters. I mean, you and I both enjoy doing these, and we have fun, and we need to do more of them, and we will. But yeah, I mean, you put a gun to my head. Like, I'm not, if you tell me, hey, Cody, you and Eric aren't good at podcasting, I'm like, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's not going to hurt my feelings if you say that.
No.
But no, just my my career as a wildlife filmmaker and videographer, I feel like that's what I'm good at, and that's what I'll bring to the table in these videos. And I've told Eric this for as long as I've met him. And this is, I mean, I use this example, and it's probably not safe for work, but say I was married, which I'm not, but even if I were married and I found out that Eric was having an affair with my wife, then I would still admit that Eric is the best communicator and educator and teacher of wildlife and wildlife management that I've ever met. And I've met with a lot of biologists and doctors and wildlife techs and vets, and across 4 continents. And I mean, again, Eric could be like funneling money out of my bank account into his secretly, but I just be like, you know what, Eric, it's pretty crappy what you're doing, but I still think you're the best at what you do. So that's what Eric's going to. What's that?
Yeah. Did I just get permission to sleep with your future wife?
No, but no, that's what Eric brings to the table is, there's so much information out there about, just say deer management, especially, but wildlife management, and all the people who teach it and communicate it. I don't know. Some people, they have a gift, and this is Eric's gift. He can, you take, I said it with about Matt Hansen back during the summer. He's a wildlife photographer, but more specifically a white-tailed deer photographer. You look at a Matt Hansen photo, he and I can take the same picture of the same deer, and his is just going to be better. He has that gift. You take Eric, and then, I don't know, somebody who's knows their stuff, who is well versed and educated and experienced in food plots, this, that, or the other. You have them talk about the same topic. Like, Eric's just better at it than anybody else. So that's what he brings to the table. So it combines both of our skill sets. And then hopefully, you'll watch these videos, you'll be inspired, you'll, feel that fire in your heart or your stomach, or it'll rekindle it if you've lost it, or will open your mind to a new way of thinking or whatever. So that's the quick and short.
Yeah, that's a lot I appreciate the kind words, Altizer. That's a hard thing to live up to.
Well, I said all that stuff, so you would, I mean, like, you can feel free to like shower me with praise now if you'd like.
Well, I mean, it is just taking a picture. I mean, a monkey. A monkey could do that, I think.
It literally
no, man, not to sound gushy and stuff. I mean, Jesus. I mean, everyone's seen Cody's work. There's no, it's just disgusting, really. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just going to be, this is going to be fun. You said it the best earlier. It's like the worst case scenario. We fall flat on our face and we just blend in with everybody else, but we're going to have fun, and that's something that, that is lost too. This is supposed to be fun. I know we say that like, yeah, this is fun. No, everybody's stressed out about this. We're making this a lot harder than what it is. Sometimes there are things that can be stressful, but man, it just, it's supposed to be fun. And we want to bring that back to it again as well. Looking at things a different perspective, and Cody's, skill set on that. My gosh, I'm just going to be I don't know. I just stand behind him and criticize his work.
No, you stand in front of the camera. I stand behind. I don't want
to. No, it's. I know when we get together, when we film, we have this trailer coming, and we go back and forth with drafts, and and what have you. It's just, I know I'm excited to share this with everybody. This trailer, it's nothing like, it's just a trailer. It's not like a major film like we've done, for the Deer Hunter and Kids These Days, etc. But we are going to be doing those, continue doing those and stuff. But do a little bit more social media and stuff like that. But no, it's going to be a good ride. Like I said, it's hard for me to do this stuff. I get asked quite a bit to do videos and comment on this and that, and it's not fun for me. And I can't talk about Brassica, just about Brassica. And I know when Cody pitched this idea to me, I was like, eh.
Oh,
But
I had to
when
do
he
some
told me,
convincing.
yeah, but he explained it, and I'm like, all right, man, let's do this. Let's do a Deer Hunter project style, and that's what's fun, because it's going to be different, and hopefully people understand, because there is so much we can do reference wildlife management. Even when you're done doing the deer stuff, man, there is so much extra stuff that we can be doing that it's not going to take time away from your family and all that stuff. It's just exciting stuff that you can get your family involved in and teach that valuable conservation that we always preach about to the younger generation, or just our generation. The stuff that to look at. There's plenty of stuff to do instead of just the basics that we always talk about. So
yeah. And again, that's where you come into play with all this stuff, because
oh my God,
again, like I've been doing this for a long time, actually, but I don't have the experience that you do. Not even in the terms of like length or, experience and how long I've been doing it or how long you've been doing it, but just you see it, your experiences from consulting and the work you do on a daily basis, and just, you see things differently than most people. And, we'll be out, you and I will be out in the woods doing something together. And we'll be talking about the most basic thing, like cutting a tree down or TSI or food plot or something. And you'll make me aware of something that I've never thought about before. Like, oh, dang, I thought I was pretty decent at this and thinking outside the box and stuff. So basically the whole thing is just the Eric Long show. I literally am in this process, just the guy that's going to be pressing record and uploading to YouTube, because you're the one who's going to make
I'm just going
to make it look pretty.
Well, I appreciate that, because I need all the help I can get. Gained a few pounds, a little bit. And it's funny, side note, it's funny because it's, January 22nd when we're doing this, and March 18th, I have a recertification to get my red card to fight forest fires. And it was funny because I started doing a little training for it. My son's doing it as well. So we're hopefully going to be fighting forest fires together this year, if Lord willing. And my wife's not too keen on both of us going out. But anyway, the training, it's not going so well, Cody. It's not going so well. I know what I want to do in my mind, but it's just I can't get there. But it's TikTok. I have to walk 3 miles, 40 pounds, on my back in 45 minutes, which doesn't sound like much, but I'm 47. My body's been through hell, on and off tractors and sports and just age and everything. So it's going to be interesting, man. I'm going to be the last guy, like, come on, they're all going to be cheering at me. And I'm like, I got it. And it's like, oh, you're so close. You're so close. It's going to be disappointing, but no, it's going to be, I don't know how we got on that topic, but it's going to be fun. We're going to talk about everything, man. That's what's exciting about it. We got a lot of cool stuff, man. We're going to be talking about, I got my dog Waylon, he's sniffing around here, doing stuff like that, upland stuff to non-game stuff to not to let all of it out of the bag, just, even just simple things like building boxes for wildlife, just something cool, like I
Yeah.
said, there's plenty to do out there, and we're just always stuck on the old things that grow antlers, so
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good point, and that's one thing I wanted to say back when I tried to give the overview about what this is again, there's so much content out there, especially on YouTube and other social media platforms, and a lot of the more popular ones, it's either like a focus on hunting and or how to kill deer with like habitat as a side note to that, which is cool. There's there's people who want to, I watch it, some of it,
Yeah.
and I think it's cool, it's entertaining. There's content that people put out that's habitat first, hunting second, which again, I consume that content too. I think that's cool. But, and part of my pitch to you was when I was, trying to, because this idea, like even still, I don't feel like we're communicating it very well. But, when I first told you about it, it's like, there's nothing out there that's wildlife first. And
Yeah.
people hear wildlife, like animals, like you want to think, if we could describe what this channel is going to be about, again, it's wildlife, it's our way of life. Whether, I mean, I don't think we're going to do a lot of hunting videos, but we might. But if you live this lifestyle, wildlife, animals, you're passionate about hunting them, you're passionate about managing for them, fighting for their conservation, whatever it is, wildlife and animals, flora, fauna, that's, I said Eric's the star of the show, but like wildlife, that's the star of our show, or at least the direction we're going to focus. That's our main focus. And when you watch one of these videos, hopefully that is what you come away, with, come away with that feeling,
Yeah.
or whatever, with it being
Yeah.
focused on wildlife.
It's funny. We've talked about this before. If you said, Eric, what are you? Are you a wildlife manager? Are you a hunter, or are you a conservationist? And I'm in that transition that I'd rather be known as a conservationist anymore in my life. It's where I'm at.
Yeah.
And we've always, with this, the podcast, the videos, we try to direct you to maybe feel and see the things that we see and feel, like I said, this steer you in that direction, if you will. And there's a line in the trailer saying, and I'm just paraphrasing, trying to bridge the gap between naturalist, hunter, and wildlife manager.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what this is all about. I've said it before, maybe on the podcast, but I know I've said this in seminars too. The best conservationist out there was, always will be Aldo Leopold. And why was he one of the best that we still go to? Because he was a naturalist, wildlife manager, and a conservationist. And somewhere down the road, somewhere down the line, it got separated.
Yeah.
We're on sides. And for wildlife to always be first, we need to come together.
Yeah.
And we need to make, building a bluebird box, I'm just grabbing something out of thin air. Cool. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay, to talk about it and to do it, because it brings you, and maybe, God willing, that the non-game community, looks at this stuff and realizes like, hey, maybe we can work with these people, and us, we can work with them, work on projects for wildlife. There's no reason why a Pheasants Forever chapter can't work with the Bluebird Society. That's the point. We're separate. We need to come together. I know that sounds like, kumbaya hippie stuff, but it is what it is, So that bridged the gap. So, but anyway.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
We
yeah,
the trailer will go out this week. I'm excited about the trailer. I think it's pretty good.
But
yeah, no, it we haven't. Yeah, I'm excited to see. I'm excited to do them. I'm excited to see what they'll become, because like the first, however many we do, 4 or 5, and when we first started the Deer Hunter project, I told you, it's like, we don't know what it is, but it'll become what it's supposed to be. it's kind of the same thing with, with this channel and these videos that we're going to.
I'm, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that.
that we're
You can
going-
take me out of the country, but you can't take the country out of me. Sorry, got a little chew on my lip. We always, hey, comedic. I used to say that a little funny. It goes
Comedic
with
relief.
it. A lot of funny.
Yeah. But shoot, no, I
Excuse me,
forgot
you
what I
got a
was
little,
going to say.
got a little.
Oh man.
Sorry, should have done that later.
I forgot what I was
But
going to say, but oh no, yeah. When you and I first started, we said the Deer Hunter Project will become whatever it's supposed to be. And the same with this channel too. Like we have a direction and we're going to see it through, and yeah, it'll become what it's supposed to be. And hopefully you'll follow along for the ride.
Yep. But yeah.
So
I think
yeah,
we beat that horse, right?
yeah, I'm excited. The trailer, like I said, it will go out Tuesday of this week, which I just decided on that. So
hey,
Like, well,
breaking news, everybody.
yeah. Well, it's done. So it's like,
Yeah.
might as well
Yeah.
pick a day. So yeah, Tuesday, January 25th, the trailer will be on our YouTube channel. So if you're listening to this before Tuesday, make sure you check out our channel
Yeah.
on Tuesday. And if this is Wednesday, Thursday, trailer's already up there. Go to our channel, subscribe to our channel, and yeah, we'll start cranking out these videos weekly, hopefully.
Yeah.
I'll literally be in Pakistan next month. So, and Eric does.
Yeah,
there'll
there's going to
11
be
different jobs, but-
situations. There's going to be times where it's unfeasible to put one out. That's our goal, and to be
Mhm.
consistent and stuff like that. And we don't do this full time, and
No.
everyone has to understand that.
Yeah.
We're going to be driving. We're 6 hours apart. We're going to be put a lot of miles on our vehicles trying to get these things done, and what have you. So there will be times. Maybe we can do reruns.
There you go.
Old you know what? Old reality deer management videos. Well, when we can't do that, when I was like,
should.
it's like mid early 2000s. Welcome to reality deer management.
I still watch those from time
Oh
to
my
time.
God. Those were interesting.
It's the same thing we just talked about, or I just talked about. It's like, management videos have been around for God knows how long.
Mhm.
And how old are those videos? What, 10 years?
Oh yeah,
or more?
plus. Yeah.
But still, people were doing management videos then, but nobody was doing them like how you were doing them. And to this day, I'm like, man, that's a pretty cool idea. Like how you made that point or taught, the viewers or whoever about this topic. So
yeah, it's funny. People like, hey, I watched your videos. Oh, the Deer Hunter Project stuff. And they're like, what's that? No, I'm talking about reality deer management. It's like, oh, they're embarrassing. The content I felt was there, but the production quality. I had my buddy Mose Kime, I mean, he's, and I had my buddy Tim LeMay, and I had my neighbor who's a good friend of mine. We call him Howie, Eric Dixon. I mean, they were running the camera and they were doing the best they could and trying to produce something back in those days. Like, I don't know, man. My favorite one is that it was with Hunter, and Hunter hated being on these things. And I always drug him as a prop.
Yeah.
There's one video. He's like, whatever. You could see his face. It's like, I hate you.
Yeah.
Funny. But no, back to having fun. So, all right, man. So
we're excited.
Stay tuned. Yeah, stay tuned. And we're going to try to do our best. Hopefully the first one's a good
Yeah,
one.
we've talked about it. So now we actually got to, we haven't actually done any of these yet, by the way.
That's
now
right.
we
have no idea. We work better when it's like, all right, go. Oh shit. Dude, yesterday? Oh, okay. Yeah, we got to watch the weather. I got to go down to Virginia and we got to knock a bunch of these things out, We're going to be like our good friend Jeff Sturgis. Like, I've done 451 videos so far. It's going to be hard to. He is a machine. My gosh, I don't know him and Grant Woods doing these videos. How they pump them out.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of work. I hope people realize that.
Oh yeah. It's
you know.
no, they have my respect on
Oh
several
yeah.
different levels, because it ain't
Oh
easy.
yeah. No. Yeah. And try to stay, try not to say the same thing over and over again and everything else. And yeah, he is a machine, both him and
Mhm.
Grant. I think there's maybe one or two other people that kick it, but those
Yeah.
two are definitely the king of management stuff and
Mhm.
when it comes to content. But yeah, so like I said, hopefully our first one's a good one and you quit watching them and start watching
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, they're not
Then we'll
bad.
start bad mouthing them like, what's Grant now? I mean,
Yeah.
really? Yeah. If you can get through the accent of Jeff Sturgis, hey, go okay.
Yeah.
He knows we're kidding. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's all good. We're all supposed to be one big happy family, man. And
That's
that's
true.
you see the stuff on social media picking sides. It's like picking Republican versus Democrat, man. And we're making this a religion. Every
Mhm.
consultant, every, from Land and Legacy to Jeff to Don Higgins. I mean, everyone brings something to the table, and
Yeah.
you're just supposed to be smart enough to filter through and same thing with our stuff. Pick what's I might say one thing that's smart, and then go from there. So
Yeah.
yeah, it'll at least look pretty. The wildlife.
That's my responsibility. No
Yeah. So
promises there.
yeah, Eric said something wrong, but did you see that shot of that flycatcher? I mean, it's really good.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
gonna do, is distract people from what you're saying.
that's right. Muffle it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or we'll just add Jeff's voice into it,
There
you know?
go.
Yeah. So, all right, man. As it's always a pleasure. Hey, and we're
Always.
again, we're on video. We're on
Big time.
video. Hopefully this works. Right?
I'm not positive that it is.
We
so
might
we'll
be doing this all over.
Yeah. We'll find out here in about 1 minute.
Yeah. But yeah. But hey, always appreciate everybody supporting us and stuff. And Cody and I went up to New York to do a consult for the Western New York Mafia. Shout out to the boys. You know who you are. Joe and Craig and the gang and Nick and stuff. And yeah, good people for sure. And they gave us way too much respect for what we do. And it's always a pleasure. Appreciate everybody, and hopefully we can gather more people for conservation. But, yeah, other than that, man, appreciate everybody. And as always, as my grandpa always used to say, no hurry, no worry, keep moving.